Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Venus and Rave. Thank you guys for being here with me today. Not sure what's gonna come up in these readings. I'm really not feeling any type of way. It's really weird because I went from like last week, for like the past like 3 weeks, I went from being very like water element, like in my feels, in my emotions, to really airy all of a sudden, like air element. So that could resonate with you in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, when you guys watch my readings, like try to keep an open mind. Anything I say or anything that happens during this reading or video can apply to you or your situation in some type of way. And I've actually been noticing that when I just speak about things that pop up in my head, it usually ties together with the reading anyways. So yeah, keep an open mind. But I'm using these cards. I haven't used these in a hot minute, and I was feeling a little bit more traditional today. They have the devil in the background. Could be dealing with some toxicities or some toxic behaviors of some sort, but we'll see. I want to shuffle these pretty good, so be patient with me for a little bit. Just kind of breathe, think about your situation, you know, what you're feeling, what your mood is. Yeah. Some of you guys are like, I'm in love. Ace of Cups flipped out when I said that. I was like, I want to keep it, but I'm not done shuffling yet, so I'll put it back in. But yeah, feelings of emotion arising from the surface. Could be a person. This could be a situation that comes up that makes you feel a certain type of way. It's funny, we were talking about emotions, but I don't know, I felt more detached and kind of cold to it, but friendly at the same time, you know? You could still be detached, but be open. You know, feels friendly to me anyways. But we'll keep going. So anyways, be patient with me while I shuffle these, because I haven't used these in a hot minute, so. The song Cold. No, this song, Yellow by Coldplay is popping up in my head. And it was all yellow. I drew a line. I drew a line for you. Your skin, your skin bones turn into something beautiful. Look at the stars. I'm listening to my daughters in the other room. I got a 2-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I don't know. I think my 2-year-old's up to no good in there or something, because her sister's like, now, sit down, watch your tablet, and then I'm hearing thuds. Anyways, alright, last shuffle. God, my back just got like real tight all of a sudden. I don't know why I did it this way. I usually don't do it that way for like online readings, so switching things up, I guess. So right off the bat, I do feel like there's a situation that kind of slipped away from you. And it had a lot of potential, which is weird because this reading feels kind of different than the last reading. Like almost like the polar opposite, so it's interesting. I only got 2 cards out. Yeah, it's almost like an opportunity or a situation got all kinds of spun around, like it fell away from you. You took some time away from whatever this was. Like you had to take your space. Like, you had to distance yourself from something in order to collect your thoughts, to find yourself again, to almost like go in solitude, take a step back, to pull away, to like rebuild yourself, to create this better version of yourself, one like something that's more mature and more understanding. You had to pull away from something that wasn't, it got all flipped around, it wasn't like I said, it was really positive. Whatever this was, it felt really positive. It felt like it had so much potential, and you seen that it had potential, but it's almost like something within it was so heavy that you had to release it. You had to let it go, and take a step back and kind of reanalyze that situation. I'm sorry, my dog is throwing things. 1 second. And I'm back. Okay, anyway, so you had to like pull yourself away from the situation to kind of like transform yourself. You learned a lot from it, whether you think so or not. There was a lot of wisdom about yourself that you've learned from that situation, or that you learned from a person, event. But it got really heavy. And I'm almost wondering, because that devil card was there, if it got heavy with toxicity. Because this is almost like putting a microscope like towards yourself and gaining knowledge that way. Like you were forced to transform due to this situation. So something might have felt like it completely went ass backwards on you. So you need to cut it off. Like that's what felt like the right thing to do. Or you guys just didn't have a choice, but for whatever, one way or another. Sorry, I'm getting like weird on my words. Like I got dizzy all of a sudden. So I wonder if that had something to do with it. I know that sounds weird, but that might make sense for someone. Yeah, so let's just keep going. But you changed and transformed. You've learned a lot because of that situation. The devil. All right, so that's what it's talking about. So was it you? Was it something or someone else that was toxic? Sometimes like we think it's someone else, but and this might trigger some people because you guys might not be in that thought process yet. Because like when something traumatic or something dark happens, like when we experience it, we tend to see it from another light, right? Because it's happening. All those emotions are very heavy with us. So we perceive things differently than what we would 2-3 years down the line. So if that triggers you, it might be something to look at. But sometimes the devil can come up talking about ourselves as well, being triggered. Do you like to numb pain away instead of looking at it full force? Anything of the sort. Or do you have a bad reaction to things? What are your demons and how do you balance them? I feel like that's what you had to learn from this experience, because I was just talking about that. See how this is like in reverse, but it almost feels like it's slipping away from you because of this heavy devil energy here. That's what's inside. That's what happened. Like there was something here that was presented to you, and it's almost like spirit wanted to see how you, I just heard evolve, but like reacted to it. That's what it was meant to teach you. It was meant to bring up all these things within you that weren't so pretty. The best word I can use is like these inner demons, like our shadow side, our shadow self. So maybe you weren't a good communicator, or I just heard took things too far. Like you would know what those were. Like maybe you acted a fool or acted more shadowy, more responsive, negative, aggressive. Because it feels tense here. I hope this is picking up the volume because it keeps trying to connect to my headphones. So, and this doesn't have to be you. This can be someone that you are dealing with, or it could be both. Someone or something you were dealing with. The environment wasn't healthy. The person wasn't healthy. They dealt with things very negatively. Could have been an argumentative situation as well, because I keep hearing them go back and forth in there. So it almost seems... I wonder if that was the recent past. Because it almost looks like there's something that you're committed to. Yeah, something you're committed to that you don't want to be tied up in anymore. Like you want to find something better for yourself. It almost seems like you outgrew a situation, which is really interesting. Because like how I'm like seeing that, like how it's feeling to me is almost like the situation we just talked about had something to do with your past. Like these aren't the same scenario, but they're connected in some kind of way. So like from your past, it feels like there was a situation that presented itself, a person, place, or thing. And I just heard it was very traumatizing for you. Could have been. But it came up as it was very toxic for you. So you had to detach from it to kind of analyze the situation so you could grow from it. Like something came in and it was actually a positive thing, whether you seen it that way or not. I'm sure at the time you did not see it that way. It felt heavy. It felt... like I feel almost like dark kind of depression vibes, or even turning to some kind of substances for help, to get escapism. So something came through in your life and it had great potential. It was something that you really wanted, but it fell away from you due to these toxic beliefs or these toxic responses. So you were forced to distance yourself or pull yourself away, release something, let something go, in order for you to really understand what it was that was toxic. Was it something or someone else, or was it yourself? And then you had to learn and grow and transform from whatever you learned in that situation, and you took it with and moved it forward in a new situation. And I feel like this is your current state right here. This almost feels like a past, present, future reading. So based on that, we'll move forward now. But it looks like you guys are committed to something that you've outgrown because you've reanalyzed an old situation, if that makes sense. If it makes sense, it makes sense. It doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe the next reading will be for you. Maybe this isn't the one, and that's okay. But like I don't want to say entangled, because that almost sounds kind of mean. I want to say like you've invested. Like you're investing in something. You are committing yourself to something currently at this time but it's hard for you because you've outgrown it. So therefore, based on your current beliefs and your current situation and the current way that you feel or perceive yourself, it's like you almost want to move forward, okay? Because you've just learned something. You have this knowledge that almost made you evolve, like I was talking about before. You've learned something, you have this knowledge that has made you evolve, that has made you transform, and whatever you're committed to or tied into doesn't resonate with these new beliefs and who you truly are. You've outgrown it. So it's going to feel difficult for you. You know, you could be questioning a lot of things. Questioning yourself, like, what are your morals right now? Because it feels wrong to not want to give energy or life or this, like, commitment, you know? This responsibility. It's like you feel like you've like are in the wrong for not wanting to invest in something anymore, to not wanting to be motivated in something that used to mean a lot to you, right? You chose to take it on, and now you're like, you know, like that doesn't vibe with my soul anymore. You know, you're being pulled, almost guided to go into a different direction. And some of you guys might know what that is. Some of you guys might not yet. But you guys are feeling the pull to move on. Away from something, so to speak. Yeah. I'm curious. So this is what's coming towards you in the future. So you guys are going to unplug from something, and it's okay. You know, you guys have been questioning something lately, whether to move away from it. I do feel like it's going to be organic, and it's going to happen naturally. It almost feels very slow, like you're unsure if it's the right thing to do. Because like I said, it goes against some kind of morals that you have, like to finish something out, you know, to put effort into something. And now that you're feeling a distance between you and something else, it's hard for you to maintain that. But it almost feels organic, the process of pulling away or moving away from the situation, but you're taking your time because you still kind of question it and wonder if it's the right thing to do. For a lot of you guys, this is going to be a relationship in focus. For others, it's something that you truly and authentically care about. And at one point of time, you were giving this your all, okay? You were investing a lot. You put a lot of your energy, a lot of your heart and soul into something. And now you look at it and it's like you've detached from it. You've detached your nurturing, giving energy to it because it doesn't resonate with you anymore. So it feels like you're distancing from whatever that is. And it doesn't have to be a relationship or anything like that. It could be a work situation. It could just be a friendship, honestly. You know, you're not feeling connected with certain individuals as much as what you used to, and you're like those people don't really vibe with you anymore, this job doesn't vibe with you, or something that, you know, maybe you were going to school or something like that. You place it however it resonates for you. That's why I'm trying to keep these very vague lately, so that way you can just be like, yeah, and know what it is. But it's like, don't move too slowly. Like, it's okay to question things, but if you know something has to be done, like if you know you have to get something out of your life and you're not doing it, Spirit has a funny way of ripping it away. Hi, Lila.
Sorry to interrupt you during your reading, but I need help with Althea.
OMG.
She's driving me insane. She keeps opening the drawers.
Hello. Alright, like I was saying, But anyways, when you know that you're supposed to detach from something and you don't, like you know that you've outgrown something. Now my nose itches really bad. Like some of you guys could be even lying. Now this could always be flip-flopped and this could be someone else or something else doing this to you, so, you know. But expect spirit to kind of come in and then they take it away or they force this change. The tower's here right at the end, okay? The tower talks about something that wasn't meant to, be in our life, or it was only meant to be there for a short period of time to teach us something, to like allow us to learn something. So, and this is future energy coming in. Now, like I said, the first situation though that I was getting, whatever was toxic for you, almost felt like it was from your past or like recent past. And then like what you're dealing with currently was still kind of vibing within that energy, but like you didn't learn the lesson all the way yet. Like there were still pieces, but it could have been with someone or something different than the first situation, right? And then this future just feels like it's with the current energy where you're trying to move away from it. Hey! You do got your boo-boo. Awesome. So there could be something unexpected that happens, but what you have to realize is, like, I actually love the tower because when the tower pops up, it means that we've outgrown something. We're just refusing to leave, or we don't know how to leave. So spirit comes in and it, like, creates this freaking earthquake, this tornado, right? And then that thing just kind of gets destroyed. So that way we can move into our next chapter that does resonate with us, right? It can happen with anything. We have the Lovers on the bottom, which is all about a choice. Now, this could be a choice between lovers, obviously, but, a choice between two different things. And it's never an easy one to make. So, woo, damn. So I feel like what's tied in with it, I feel like there's something or someone that's been trying to come in. I know it sounds kind of bad, but hold on. There was a card that fell, and it fell under the bag. 1 second. Yeah, perfect. Temperance. Okay, Temperance is what fell. Yeah, see, Temperance to me kind of feels like a divine intervention. That's always how I see this card. It's all about balancing stuff, so I do feel like that is the substance of what's going on here, is balancing, like, the head and the heart, your mind and your emotions, right? But this feels like a divine intervention, aligning you with something that, sugar, spice, everything nice, what you're made up of, what you're made up of. Your stardust, right? Your energy. What are you aligned with? And spirit can feel that you're different, that you've grown, that you've learned things, but you're choosing to stay somewhere where you don't belong. And something else is trying to come in. So it's interesting, because it's like, once you're free of a situation, it almost feels like somebody sees you. And their perception of you is different. It almost feels like it's an old love, or it's like an old job, or some kind of missed opportunity kind of thing. It could be talking about that thing from the first section. Could be. The thing that felt toxic, the thing that you had to learn a lot from. That you grew from, that you evolved. Because there's change. So if this is a person, it looks like they've changed too. Their perception is different of you. Because it almost feels like very authentic. But there's a lot of maturity going on here. It has a lot to do with that. This could have been something that was out of your life for a while, if that resonates. I don't even really want to go there because I feel like this reading has like a whole nother story behind it of what's coming in. But I feel like what's coming in is tied up to something from the past. This part feels more specific. So if this part resonates with you, feel free to watch. I'm just going to roll with it and kind of see what comes up. But the storyline that's coming up here is this situation that was once toxic. Something from your past or your childhood. I would say from your past. That felt toxic. Faded away, but it taught you so much. It taught you so much, and it's almost like you were still learning that lesson, even in a different situation, even as life progressed and you were away from this, whatever, person, place, thing this was that was unhealthy for you. So it looks like that is almost making its way back around. Because it's been out of your life for a while. And there's something here with like garden gates. I don't know if some of you guys had like a dream about talking to someone, speaking to someone in a garden. Weird. So let's just get some clarity on this King of Staffs, shall we? Could be a fire sign. Absolutely does not have to be. This is just the way they're showing up. Usually, especially in this deck, he's just very passion-filled to me. But he's actually sitting down. So I don't feel like... I feel like this is just someone observing right now. But they're excited. Like, that. See, I like to pull, like, the actual energies of the card and not so much, like, the book meaning, because I think that's, a little wonky. Yeah, but this person's worked on themselves, too. And lately, their intuition has been off about this situation, but it's almost like they see a glimpse of something, or they actually see you, or hear about you through the grapevine. I heard it through the grapevine. But they're a better person too, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like you and someone else is grown, is better, healthy. Something that was once so toxic is now healthy. Yeah. Cool. All right, well, I'm going to end it right there. So, peace. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.